soon as the camera started rolling, it's like Satan came to me and says, it's almost like I could see the devil say, see, Shelley, everyone will love you now. I'll make you famous.
It's the kind of fame few people imagine.
It's like suddenly the producer went, where did you get this girl from? And so immediately I went from doing maybe an amateur to doing professional adult films with some of the famous porn stars.
Shelley Lubben even won an award for Best New Rising Porn Star. But her claim to fame came with a high price.
It was destroying me. I lost my femininity. I lost any piece of Shelley on the porn set.
The girl from Glendora, California, never thought her life would come to this. As a child, Shelley gave her heart to Jesus Christ and hoped to become a preacher and a writer.
I loved God so much. He used to talk to me all the time when I was little. I used to write poetry about him. I used to walk around and preach the gospel to anyone who would listen. I just really loved him as a little girl.
Shelley's view of love crumbled the day her innocence was stolen.
When I was 9 years old, I was sexually violated by a teenage boy and his sister, which was my classmate. And I think carrying that around as a child, you don't know what to do with that emotionally. And so I was angry because I was curious about sex, and it made me feel love, but at the same time it felt dirty. So I just struggled with so much. So by the time I was a teenager, I just acted out.
Shelley buried the pain under sex and drugs. By the time she turned 18, her parents had had enough. She was on her own and desperate for cash, until someone offered her what seemed like easy money.
A nice man walked over to me, and then he put his arm around me. He says, you know, there's a man in the apartment complex who thinks you're real pretty, and he wants to make love with you, and you can make $35. I went, oh, I was horrified. I mean, I'd had sexual intercourse before, but I had never prostituted myself. But then a part of me was like, you know what? I have no food. My parents don't care. God doesn't care. Why not? Because you know what? I don't care about myself anymore. And so I ended up being lured into the sex industry that way.
Prostitution turned into a way of life. She got pregnant by a client, but decided to keep her baby. Over the next several years, Shelley would wrestle with her lifestyle and the relationship she had with God as a child.
I never lost my faith in him, but I felt like I lost my trust in him. I felt like I couldn't trust anyone, and I needed to do what I needed to do. That was how I justified it.
Prostitution lost its allure. Shelley feared being raped or thrown in jail like other women.
And someone says, why don't you do porn? I said, porn? And they said, yeah. I said, I never even thought about that. Who do you talk to? And she goes, yeah, do you know that they pay you like $2,000 for a movie? I said, for one movie? I said, well, how hard can it be? It's probably just like prostitution, only it's legal, and I wouldn't go to jail. So that really appealed to me.
But what Shelley didn't know is the price she would have to pay as a porn star. Her first day on the set, she found out.
Right when I walked in, it's like this satanic, dark anointing just fell on me. It was creepy, it was dark, it was eerie, it was nothing like prostitution. It was like, I knew that I was in the devil's territory. This was like the final